Alright, here we go. We're going to continue our progress here in Ather Raids. Welcome to another video. We are taking on Halmy today, and pretty straightforward match. I feel like I say that a lot. I need a new thing to say, but it should be not too complex. Main targets are the dual units to get rid of the dual's hindrance being a problem, so that we can activate our extra actions. And then also Sigurd. And then I'm kind of torn on who to leave for last, but I think just based off looking at everyone here, it's probably going to have to be Azura. But yeah, that's the plan. Golvig is going to do the majority of the work here, and then also Erica. Actually, no. Celica is going to get the KO on Sigurd because she has the 3 range. So we're going to take advantage of that. Let's get going here. Also, gotta avoid... Well, it's not really gotta avoid. There's no saves. I haven't seen a Cav line configuration in a bit here. It's probably not the... Well, it's Chaos season, so nothing really works as best as you'd hope for it, I guess. There's always an opening, but this is probably not the way to go. We could even try to tank. Well, actually, I haven't tried to tank Celica before. I haven't even tried to tank her in the story mode. I imagine it would be a speed check, but she's pretty fast, so something to consider. What else is going on? Where did we leave off? Banner, trailer. Yes, that's where we left off. So,
don't be seen.
Leafs game. I was trying to figure out the name. I was trying to remember the name for it. Thracia. I don't know, man. Just looking at some of the units in a bit more detail. I still really love the Vantage thing. It would be great to have a Brave effect on top of that. Probably with the Erica ring, that's where you'd get that. But just being able to hit the Vantage, there just aren't enough units that are capable of doing that. And I've never seen them push a Vantage meta before. So this is quite interesting to see. To have... Well, I mean, there are other units that you could potentially use, but to have just units that flat out have that effect built in their playstyle, Erica, Marth, and now this unit whose name I can't remember from Thracia, 3 potentially meta units within the current game cycle that are all capable of hitting pretty hard and hitting first. Red, green. Is there a blue option? I don't believe we have a blue option. For obvious reasons, because Black Knight, of course, but then also Black Knight is pretty tanky, and he's not the type of unit that you want to be hitting with Vantage either, because if you don't get the one shot, you're probably dead. So
onward. Yes.
I don't know, overall it's just a good addition to the game, especially to the Thracia roster, which is extremely limited. So it's very good that they got something that works. Leaf makes an appearance again, and I kind of understand, since he's the fan favorite from that game, or at least the main lord from that game. I guess fan favorite is probably too strong of a description for him, but I don't know, I really would have just wanted it to be someone else, but then who else would you have given the Nuren Zeal gimmick to? It could have been another bow unit, to be honest. It didn't have to be Leaf, but if you made a unit equally as strong as Leaf, probably not with the exact same skills, it would still be the same banner, just maybe a little bit less sales, but it would still be the same banner. There's really no difference between what Leaf is doing and the skills that you could have probably given to another unit. But I'm repeating myself. It's things that I've said before. He's not the craziest unit in the world. And also, I think I said that Midir is the name that I was forgetting. I'm not a big fan of all the stacking of true damage. Yes, I get it. It's the main way to do damage in the current game meta. But, I mean, we've had units that have had stackable true damage before, and they've a lot of them have just fallen apart, fallen
Onward.
behind,
Yes.
just because even though you have the stackable true damage, you still end up doing zeros. Like I've given a lot of units like Assassin Strike and other, Sly Sparrow's skills and stuff like that, and they just still end up doing 0 damage nonetheless. So I get it. Leaf has the Echo skill and he has true damage in a lot of other areas as well, but I don't really see a ton of difference with him and Madeira aside from the fact that he can Gale Force. And Gale Force really well, I might add. But yeah, I'm not a big believer in this whole true damage being the savior thing. It's gonna get to a point where we're gonna need something else to actually do damage. It's probably gonna be reflect damage, which is kind of where we're heading toward or trending towards. And I guess it's all stackable, fair, but it's just how much can you stack, and currently there just isn't enough to stack for it to actually make a difference when you match up the nukes that we currently have against the meta saves. It's just not enough. So I don't know, not a big fan of this Leaf aside from his potential as a Gale Force unit. I can see myself using him there. I'm just trying to figure out what season would be best for him. Where do I need a green bow cav? What niche because he's not gonna replace Golvig. I'm not dropping Golvig, so that leaves Astra season, and
my honor.
I don't know, like on what team I have so many other options. Lynn still very good with Elm rather. Thor is still amazing. Like Thor is still very good. I have maybe Layla, but I mean Layla still, the undefended is still really good, so I don't know where he would really fit in, but I guess if you have a team composition that needs that type of unit, I guess you could figure it out with him there. He's not bad by any means, it's just there are better options still in the game currently, and I'm not looking to examine that particular option with Leaf. Also, he's slow, like what am I doing with that really? Let's play one more, man. Okay, here we go. Another match. And got Embla here. Gonna try to player phase this one because mountain terrain. And this is like my go-to strategy for the mountain terrain is just to get up there and smack stuff in the face. Because typically that mountain tile right in front of Celica is always open. There's no... I haven't seen anyone that has properly defended that opening on the mountain tile unless they're running some type of near save. And then even then, it's still an option for Camilla to go in and attack from there. So yeah, that specific spot is typically a weak point on this defense, on this particular defensive terrain. It's still a good terrain. It's just that if you're gonna build around it, whoever you put in that spot has to be someone that can take a hit, because if I'm initiating, that is my go-to spot. That's where I'm initiating from, and most likely, since you can't put a trap there, or when you can't really block it, it's gonna be my main avenue of attack. So we have here is Emblem Micaiah. I finally went to Spark on the banner, got enough orbs from just story content that I haven't progressed in. I think what I'll do just to catch up, because there is still quite a bit that I haven't finished. I think I'm gonna run a couple of them and just clear them out and then let it accumulate afterwards. But also it's good to have some orbs on hand. But yeah, still quite a few of the story maps that I just haven't finished. Not the story maps, my apologies, the chain challenges that I have not finished. And they're really annoying to play through there because they're so long. And I actually play them. I don't auto battle them because I don't want to. I get enjoyment out of actually playing them. Not a ton of enjoyment, but enjoyment nonetheless. And which means it takes up a lot of my time to actually go through that particular section of the content, in-game content. But yeah, I'm planning to just go through that on my own time, of course. It's not a lot of stuff to record there either, but yeah. tangents. Plan here is essentially we're going to lock down Micaiah because
Know that I'm grateful.
obvious. Range unit, it's always good to do that.
Behave yourself.
They're easier to trap, and it's also one of the things that makes that made one of the switch that that was happening a bit earlier from range
shall
units to full
emerge
melee
victorious.
defenses a little bit more difficult to deal with for Gale Force teams because there's no one that you could really trap since most of them were one range. But we're still kind of swinging back to having range units on defense now, so it's a lot easier to have that as an art. It's more likely that you're going to have someone to trap as an option, and we've done so here.
Will be well.
Main option out of it, Lin Ring, but that's on turn 2, so not really much that you can do about this particular strategy here. And we have some Micaiah on Micaiah violence, and just to close it out, I still really like my base Micaiah. I use her quite a bit still. All right, here we go. Yet another match. Like I said, I have a ton of these because I've just been putting them off for so long. And we just had a event in Top Heroes. Unfortunately, it didn't go the way that I wanted it to go, but still, it kept me pretty busy for the weekend. So I'm just now getting a lot of these Ether Rays matches in. This one, I am excited to try out the team that you see here with Tamara. She has shown a lot of promise with dealing with Black Knight, at least tanking him. She's able to survive. Don't know. I'm hoping that she'll win the speed check against Celica, and we'll just have to see where it goes from there. I don't really have much of a plan. I'm actually still trying to figure out what to do about Black Knight, aside from bringing Black Knight myself, which is kind of what you see here. Black Knight is here, one, because he's a save to cover everyone else that isn't, able to counteract at range, and two, to give Tamara enough damage output to take out Black Knight on the counterattack. So I'm hoping that works out. Or at least I'm hoping we get to show it off on this particular matchup, but I think I may have messed up actually with the placement here. He was not supposed to be far saving Tamara, but then we're gonna see how it goes. I don't think he lives Celica actually, because he doesn't have the, I didn't even turn on the animations. Oof, okay. Alright, we're gonna chalk that one up to me being dumb. He wasn't supposed to be far saving Tamara. Tamara was supposed to was supposed to tank Celica, and I was hoping that she would have won the speed check to be able to double against Celica, but this is just me being dumb here. My apologies that you had to witness that. This one's a loss. Let me turn on the animations, and we're gonna play another one. Hopefully that one goes a bit better. Alright, here we go. We got another match in the works here. This one is a bit easier than the one that we just ran into. Still, like I said, no real plan in how to deal with Black Knight. I have been hearing a lot of people say that, or at least CJ say that Earthwelger can do it, which I probably believe him, but I think I would need that specific B skill, the one from that Seliph that we just had, Bridal Seliph, on her to get some additional damage output. But maybe she could just desperation him to death. Does she win the defense check? I really need to figure out some of these. I've been so out of it that I don't even know how some of these matchups go, because I don't think she wins the defense check unless you're running Hardy Bearing. Well, why would you run Hardy? She doesn't need Hardy Bearing if she's running. I don't know. I should check to see if she can do it. But for now, maybe it's a one-shot too.
What you need?
That would be. I should definitely check that out, because for light season at least it would mean that I have an option. But yeah, straightforward. No Hardy Bearing underneath Hogger. We go in with Yunaka, and if there's no Hardy Bearing, Yunaka just wins. Unless, you're Black Knight, which means that you have it built in, but then sometimes it doesn't work because Yunaka can win the defense check. So, Yunaka is still amazing. We haven't had an attuned unit.
This is challenging.
Wow, since Yunaka.
Don't rush in.
Don't know why. Kind of bizarre. There's no reason for that unit type to be premium, because I mean, all you really get out of it is the accessory. So I guess they just haven't figured out what accessory to release next, or who it should. There's plenty of unit options, but then also the banners that we've gotten in between have been already decided or determined. So it kind of makes sense when you think about it like that, I guess. It's always summer, always bridal, so where do you really fit in its unit into that schedule? Man, this Celica is actually kind of nuts. As long as it's not like Brave, or she at least wins the speed check, she does very well, which gives me some amount of hope for Ascended Celica's Refine. If it's anything like this, or at least more speed, she's gonna be cooking. But yeah, almost done here. I don't know what I'm gonna do about who do I leave for last here. I mean, Sigurd has to go, and then also I think this trap here is real in front of Robin.
I can do it.
Not a lot of options, but we're gonna do something. But yeah, what was I talking about before? The banner. Yes, the trailer. Banner. What's his name? Leaf. Overall, I think he's a decent unit. I think it was a real scam showcase of him taking out Ike. Ike is pretty much irrelevant at this point. I don't think he's kind of fallen into the realms of Brave Ike, in the sense of how bad Brave Ike is. I wouldn't go around using Brave Ike, nor would I go around using Emblem Ike. Both of them have completely fallen off, and I don't know why IS keeps doing this. They could have allowed him to run a bit longer. I mean, granted, he did have a pretty long run, but I don't see any reason why he couldn't have gone on a little bit longer, or not been forced into obscurity like he is currently. He is just, I think, the worst emblem. I think I've heard Satachi mention it as well. Emblem Ike is really the worst emblem. I think Emblem Marth is much flack as people give him. He actually has use cases. He could actually do damage to things in player phase. Granted, I mean, Ike is still able to kill things, but just he doesn't have much of a player phase. He's really an enemy phase unit, and your job as an enemy phase unit is to tank thing, and he's just not really gonna be doing that these days. So I kind of give Marth a bit of an edge. I think there's enough skills in the game to allow Emblem Marth to do damage now. So I don't know, just an opinion that I've heard from other people, other Fate Troopers as well, and I agree with. But yeah, I think we're gonna. I think I might take out Robin here, and then try to get away from Azura.
Don't rush in.
But yeah, Leaf looks like an okay unit. I probably rank him somewhere around the same level as Madir, but because of the Gale Force, I think he'll be at least tier 1. There's some gimmicks around it, but it still looks really good. I don't think I spoke much about the second summer banner either, aside from Ather being beautiful. I think Happy. I've been playing at least the Tempest Trials with her, with a Beast and Dragon mixed team, and it has some really nice implications. It's just the only dragon unit that would really be able to take advantage of it, I'm thinking, would be like Tiki, the Illyrs maybe, because it's really more of a player phase. Like, the mechanic that she's introducing is really player phase, and there aren't that many dragons at the very least that can really take advantage of it. You have a ton of beast units that can just go in and sit there, attack, and then sit there, and then work out from there. But that's it for today, man. GG's.